Self-confidence is such an important skill in life. You need self-confidence in order for you to grow and develop in your personal life, in your career. You need self-confidence in order to create opportunities for yourself and advance. And today I'm going to share with you habits that you can start implementing in order to increase your self-confidence. My name is Lorraine and welcome to today's episode. And before I begin, I just want to give a massive shout out to all our subscribers, you guys, because drum roll, we just hit 200 subscribers this morning, and I feel like this channel has entered a whole new era because 200 subscribers is so different from, being under 100 and 100 and something, and 200 just feels like a whole new level altogether. So I just want to welcome all the new subscribers that have come in overnight, and I just want to thank all the existing subscribers. And if you are not subscribed right now, I just want to invite you to actually click the subscribe button as well as the like button so that more amazing people can learn the habits that they need in order to become more self-confident. The first habit in self-confidence is do not lie. Always tell the truth. This one is a hard one. I find it hard too because I find myself sometimes in difficult situations where it's easier to lie than to tell the truth. But I found that in those scenarios, even if the person never finds out that I'm lying, I know that I have lied and it just chips away at my self-confidence. So as a result, I started teaching myself to tell the truth. And of course, I'm still on the journey. Sometimes I might have a fallout with a sibling and then tell a half-truth, which might be called a lie. And maybe you're kind of like me as well. You're like, oh, I'm just telling an innocent lie because this is my sibling. But other people lie on a big scale. So if you watch Money Heist on Netflix or all those other big shows where there's massive lying involved, and I think that massive lying starts from small scale lying. And if you want to become more self-confident, then try and teach yourself to tell the truth. Try and tell the truth in small situations that do not mean much, especially if you're speaking to a child and the child asks you something. Tell them the truth, and then the more you tell the truth, the better you become at telling the truth. The second habit is say what you mean and mean what you say. Like if someone asks you for something and you really want to say no, then just truly say no. Or if someone asks you for something and you really want to say yes, then truly say yes. So rather than saying no when you want to say yes, just say exactly what you mean. And you find that as an individual, you start respecting yourself more because you know that your word means something. The third habit is to have a few minutes to yourself at the beginning of the day. So no matter what profession you have, whether you work from home or you go to a physical location or you're retired, it's important that you just stop in the mornings and have a few minutes to yourself. Me in particular, I'll tend to spend an hour to myself at least 3-4 days a week. It's not necessarily every day, and it doesn't have to be every day depending on your lifestyle, right? And I was just talking to my friend this morning, and she was telling me that when she became a mother, in order to just, stay balanced and just keep connected to herself, she used to spend 5 minutes only on her skincare routine every morning, and it made a big difference. So what about you? Maybe you can start a morning routine, and if you want guidance on how to create a morning routine, I'll link that video just here, and I'll also put it in the description below. And if you can't spend a few minutes to yourself in the morning, you can actually have an evening routine where you spend 15, 20, 30 minutes to yourself, just journaling, praying, reflecting. As you do this on a regular basis, you will find that you become more connected to yourself as an individual, and you can put life and life situations into perspective, and as a result, your self-confidence begins to grow. Take this fourth habit with a pinch of salt because I know that it applies differently to different people. But if you're looking to grow your self-confidence, then you can start dressing well. It just helps to show up looking good wherever you're going. For me personally, I like to dress well even if I'm home. Not every day is the same, of course. Like yesterday, I had some babysitting duties and I had a very intense work schedule. So I was basically in my trekkies the whole day, just I was like, you know what? I'm just going to choose my priorities. And today, putting on makeup and looking good is not one of them. But typically 4 to 5, 6 days out of the week, I am fully dressed with makeup on, even if I'm not going anywhere. And what I realized, and the reason why I do it, because my family used to ask me, Lorraine, why do you bother? You're not going anywhere. You're just going to be home cleaning. Why do you have to get dressed and put makeup on? But I realized that whenever I'm fully dressed and looking good, I feel good. So I don't even do it for someone else, because sometimes there's a misconception that women dress well in order to impress men, or women put makeup on in order to gain men's attention. But I realized, oh my goodness, I'm not even doing it for anybody. It's just for myself. I feel good. And sometimes the days of the month when I'm down in the dumps and my self-confidence is low, and I will just, just push myself to just sort of look good. Maybe not my normal level of good, but just look good at this level. And I suddenly just feel so much better. So why don't you try it for yourself? Get dressed, look good. And I come from Zimbabwe, and in Zimbabwe, even if you're just going into town, you get dressed and you look good. But here in Australia, the dress code is very casual. People don't really get dressed over here. But still, and I think maybe my dressing standards have probably become a bit more casual since I've been here compared to back home. But still, I've seen that it makes a big difference. So try it for yourself and let me know in the comments how it helps with your self-confidence. The fifth habit is one that I should probably have started with. Get into the habit of doing hard things. Listen, I know that I advocate for having a healthy integration between your personal life and your work life, and knowing that you are a holistic whole individual apart from what you do. That is so important, right? But I also think that there's another extreme that people push online, and it goes the other end altogether. And this one is a habit that will really grow your self-confidence, doing difficult things. If you have a goal and you set a goal for yourself, get into the habit of sticking with it. Stick with that goal. Don't give up on it. Especially when things seem rough, don't just give up and quit and then start again next year, and then the next year again, you're still in the same sport. If you have a desire, if you have something you want to do, stick with it. Give yourself maybe 30 days that, for these 30 days, I'm going to run every morning at 6 a.m. for 30 minutes. Or for these next 60 days, I'm going to eat an apple a day every day. Whatever your goal is, or for these coming 3 months, I'm going to save 15% of my money, put it away in a savings account before I start spending it. Or for the next 2 paychecks, I'm not going to go buy things that I don't need and end up broke all the time. So whatever goal it is, get into the habit of doing hard things. Don't be deceived by thinking that life always has to be soft all the time. Not at all. I think life needs some sort of tension. Life needs some sort of, something that is tugging at you and making you feel urgent and pushing you out of bed. Life does not have to be soft all the time. Whilst it's good to have that softness, of course, I'm all for soft life, but I kid you not, I believe that if you want to grow your self-confidence, you need to be able to do hard things, difficult things that push you out of your comfort zone, and stick with them to the end without giving up. And what it does is it shows you that you are a person who's capable of doing things that are impossible. And it shows, and as a result, it just makes you feel way more confident of yourself, because you've seen yourself achieve all these amazing and big things. Habit number 6 in order to grow your self-confidence is to have personal discipline. And it just comes right off the back of the habit number 5, doing hard things. In order for you to do hard things consistently, personal discipline will back you in that. And you know what? I know that we love to be motivated, but let me tell you something, motivation is not going to get you far in life. And Imagine, I am saying this as someone who is here motivating, inspiring people sometimes, but I've realized that motivation, inspiration is cheap. It's not going to get you far in life. If you want to get ahead, if you want to go far in your life, if you want to build strong self-confidence, then you need to be disciplined. Because the thing with discipline is it enables you to keep on going when you'd rather quit, because motivation usually lasts for the first 2 days. Oh my goodness, it's a new year. I'm gonna run every day this year. And then people sign up for gym memberships, and apparently gym membership signups are highest at the beginning of the year, and gyms know it, so they lock you in. And people do this. They lock themselves into a lock-in whole year contract because they want something to discipline them, right? Because when you see that money coming out of your account every fortnight, you're like, ouch, my money is leaving my account. So then you are hoping that will make you get out of bed to go to the gym throughout the year. But after week 2, most people do not keep on going to the gym. And from that, after 2 weeks, what you need is discipline. What you need is that thing that tells you, you know what, if the alarm rings at 5 a.m., I'm not going to press the snooze button. No, if the alarm rings at 7 a.m., I'm not going to press the snooze button. And I know for me, waking up is not the issue. Getting into bed on time is the issue, because I want to watch Seinfeld on Netflix. I want to watch Friends, and I just want to chill on the couch. And maybe that is you as well. But when you become disciplined, it will really, really take your life to the next level, because then you keep going, you know, you're like, okay, I'm not motivated, no problem. I'm just going to do what I do because I'm disciplined to do it. Habit number 7 is speak to yourself positively, especially on hard days. Listen, I wish life... No, I don't. I don't wish life was a bed of roses. I think that the hard days, the soft days, the highs, the lows, I think they're all important in making us well-rounded people, right? But I just want to say, in order for you to grow your self-confidence, even when you're having a difficult day, don't start questioning your self-worth as an individual, because then it just reduces your self-confidence. But instead, know that as an individual, your self-worth does not even depend on whether you're having a good day or bad day. You're worthy just by being you, just by being a child of God, just by being here. You are worthy more than anything. And no matter how much money you earn, no matter how beautiful you look, no matter how much you advance in your career, you're not more worthy or less worthy than the person next to you. You are worthy. So learn to speak to yourself positively, especially on difficult days. The reason why people struggle with their self-confidence is when you have difficult days, you start calling yourself names, you call yourself lazy because you were struggling to get out of bed today, and then you just put yourself down and really berate yourself, right? But I want you to start doing things differently. Instead of berating yourself and putting yourself down, learn to just speak to yourself, positively, instead of, tell yourself the things that you need to hear in that day. I know for me, I learned this through the work of Louise Hay, and she wrote a book called You Can Heal Your Life, and she talks so much about loving yourself and accepting yourself no matter what is happening in the situation. Because if you cannot accept yourself as an individual and be confident in yourself right now where you are, you will not be confident in yourself even when you get to the top. You will have imposter syndrome, you will feel like a failure, you will feel like, oh my goodness, I'm a fake, waiting to be exposed. And that is not the case at all. So watch the kind of words you're saying to yourself. If you're having a challenging day, just remind yourself, hey, I'm so proud of you. You're doing the best that you can. Keep going. Everything is going to be okay. And you know what? Everything always turns out to be okay. Before I tell you habit number 8, in order for you to become more self-confident, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Again, remember, we've just hit the 200 subscriber milestone, and I want you to join the family because I publish episodes 3 times a week, and I want you to be there for them and to not miss out on the growth and the amazing conversations that happen on this channel. So the last habit is be ambitious yet grateful. You know what? It is good to be ambitious. It is good to want to do amazing things in life. I know for certain I am a very ambitious woman. Very ambitious woman. I know for certain that I am a very ambitious woman. But there was a time when I realized that I was just running after the next goal and the next milestone, achieving it, not really acknowledging it, and running on to the next milestone. And in the end, I really felt burnt out. I was worn out. I was disillusioned. And I really lost the sense of purpose in what I was doing. And that is the danger of being ambitious without gratitude. Be ambitious, no problem, be ambitious. But whenever you achieve a milestone, actually stop to celebrate that milestone. Actually stop to acknowledge that milestone before you go on to the next. It's so important, that celebration, even if you wait for a few minutes. Like, I woke up this morning, you guys, and I realized that this channel had reached 200 subscribers, and I celebrated. I went, I got my morning coffee, and I was like, you know what, coffee? This is to 200 amazing subscribers. I'm not gonna wait for 100,000 subscribers in order for me to celebrate, because 200 people are here on this channel, invested and subscribed, meaning whenever you open your YouTube channel, I pop up because you're subscribed to me. 200 people fill a room. And I never want to undermine the value of that because I'm running to the next milestone. So I had to tell myself to just stop, just be grateful, just really be grateful, even for the amazing people, you know, like even for Viv, who makes sure that the videos go up on time, and for Arno, who edits the video and makes them beautiful for you guys. I just had to stop and just be really grateful, all for my family who supplied the content because of the stories that and experiences we've shared as a family, of course. But I just had to stop and be grateful in that moment. So what about you? You know, what have you achieved recently? How can you actually just stop and celebrate? Instead of running to the next milestone, how can you just sit in this moment and just be truly, truly grateful? So those are the 8 habits you need in order to grow in your self-confidence. I'm curious, you know me, I'm always curious, and I want to see your comments in the comment section. What do you feel, are you confident in yourself? And tell me something. Do you think the first point that I said, always tell the truth, do you think telling the truth matters in terms of becoming more self-confident? So let me know in the comments, yes or no. And again, if you haven't subscribed, this is your opportunity to do so. And as a 200 subscriber celebration, I'm going to ask you a favor. Can you just stop right now and share this video with amazing women and men, because men watch this channel. Hello men. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Someone who needs, maybe they're already self-confident, but they could improve on their confidence even more. Share this video with them. I really enjoyed this conversation with you today, and I'll see you on the next episode.